Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's update video, where we will be doing a Q&A session where we can answer the questions that you guys have been asking us over the past week. Before I get into the real questions, I want to answer a quick question that was asked on YouTube, which was, will you shave your beard? No, I will not. I like my beard and my girlfriend would be very upset. So before I get started on answering the questions, I would like you all to understand that everything I say is subject to change. As the game is developed, we will discover new things, we will change things, we will decide that some things simply aren't fun enough, and we may or may not choose to remove them. So the first question we received is from Omega Storm, Sabo and Key. The question goes, how long will the pause in updates last, and how often will you update in the future? So right now, we are working on bringing the planets to medieval engineers, along with the gameplay changes required to realize this. In addition, we are bringing some much needed gameplay fixes to the game. After we release this update, we are going to start updating with a regular release interval again. The release interval we are currently looking for is every 2 weeks for bug fixes, until we have a whole new feature set ready to release. The next question is from Entspeak. And it goes, will medieval engineers' planets be the same size as space engineers' planets? So for medieval engineers, we want to create far more detailed planets than in space engineers. This means we have to reduce the planet size in order to increase the resolution we can work at. This will allow us to create far more interesting features, terrain features. Think in cliffs or nice hills. Additionally, since we cannot fly, the world doesn't need to be as big as it is in Space Engineers. It would make it very difficult for players to find each other if the world was just as big. So the next question is from Frostik and Ed Frost. And it goes, will medieval engineers' planets contain different ores like iron and copper? So we are definitely going to start adding new materials to the game. This is part of the appeal of planets and will be part of an ongoing process as we continue to improve both the crafting and building and survival on the planets. So the next question is another popular one. It's from Special Snowman, Sabo, SaturaxCZ and Dan2D3D. And it goes, will there be flora and fauna on the planets? And what will they be used for in the game? So this is actually quite a big question, so I'm going to have to read from my paper a little bit more because I have a lot of answer here. So in order to make the planets more interesting, we need to make the flora and the fauna more interesting. This means a bigger biodiversity than having one type of tree and one type of animal and one type of plant. Of course, this is a process that might take a while. We need to have artists working on the trees and the plants and the animals. Designers will have to flesh out like how they behave, programmers will have to implement them. So this is an ongoing process. Additionally, we want to make this moddable so that you guys can also make new plants and new animals. The next question that follows this quite nicely from Entspeak and Frostik is, when will modding and modding guides be available for planets in medieval engineers? So our goal for medieval engineers is to make it as moddable as possible. So yes, there will be more modding guides, there will be more modding options, like planets will be moddable, everything. We are going to do our best to make as much of the game moddable as we can. So the next question is a very interesting one. It's from Katniss and it goes, do you have an ownership system planned and how will it compare to the one in Space Engineers? So for medieval engineers, we are working on a completely different ownership system than in Space Engineers. I do not want to reveal it right now just yet, but look forward to the update videos in the near future. Our next question is from Stori3D Past Productions. And it goes, when will we start to see a wider range of clothing, actions, etc.? Right now we are working hard on bringing planets to medieval engineers. We will definitely look at improving character customization options in the near future. We have some really interesting game mechanics planned for clothing and these kinds of things. So the next question is from Trench. Will there be changes to the GUI? to make it fit the game better? Yes, we will be reworking the GUI to make it fit the game better, but also to improve the new player experience and make the game more accessible to everybody. And then we have another really popular question from Zartex, Sabo, Sapphire, Ed Frost. Will there be additions to survival, such as agriculture, working animals, additional cooking options? Well, like I said previously, we are currently working on getting the planets to medieval and getting them to work properly. We are definitely planning on improving the survival experience, but it is not the focus of this update right now. We feel that survival is a key element to the medieval experience, but it is less important than our core direction of making the game, making you the player, the engineer in the medieval times. So improvements to survival will come after we feel satisfied with the building and crafting and engineering aspects of the game. So for the last question, it's from Frostik, and it goes: are you planning to enlarge your team in the near future to accelerate development? Well, we are always on the lookout for more skilled employees. So if you or if you know anyone who is interested in working with us, feel free to apply. For more information, you can see keensvh.com/jobs, and I'm looking forward to maybe seeing you here. Now, as a little bonus question, it's from Mirandix. Deep Flame, I once got directed to your Steam page from Merrick's blog. Did my eyes deceive me, or did I read Leeuwarden, the Netherlands there? If so, hi from very near your hometown. On Shan. Alright, that was it for this week's update video. I would like to see you all next week, and have a nice day.